friend, Roger Christopherson here again with another First Listen review. Been a busy weekend. I got a lot of new music this weekend. I got some leftovers from the last week and all kinds of stuff that I got a chance to listen to. I got to do a little bit of driving and road traveling this week, so plenty of time to listen to new stuff. One of the first ones I popped in was actually this one. It's the Neal Morse Band with their new release, An Evening of Innocence Danger, live in Hamburg, which is a 3D set. So you know it's going to be music filled. A lot of music here to absorb all at once, let me tell you. It was, if this guy has so much music. I can't believe how much music this guy releases, and it's all pretty intricate stuff. I mean, he's got a few albums that are even like his, I don't want to even say it, his simple music is complex. It's just like there's nothing really that simple about his stuff. He's very progressive. The stuff he writes is very progressive. You can always, at least I can always kind of like tell it's him. He's got a very unique style to his writing, which is hard to do in this style of music. I kind of found out about Neal Morse way back when he was in Spock's Beard. I don't remember how I discovered that band. I just remember reading about them. Somebody else had mentioned that they were an influence. I'm like, oh, I gotta check that band out, like years and years ago. And can't remember what the first album I got was either. I think it might have been Snow that I got first, but actually that doesn't even sound right. So I think it was something before that. I cannot remember. But anyway, it's been years. Been listening to this guy. I remember he started coming out with his solo stuff. I was really into that. He had some, even more when it came to like, he had more song structures, shorter songs, but they were still progressive. So it was easier to digest for me back in those days. But I've come accustomed to like the very, very long songs, which he does a lot of too. And he has so many different projects. This is the Neal Morse Band. So then the Neal Morse Band, he's got himself, Mike Portnoy, Randy George, Bill Hubauer, I hope I said that right, and Eric Gillette. Some of these guys are involved in some of those other projects, and Mike Portnoy's been involved in a lot of stuff. Not everything, but a lot of stuff he's done, as well as Randy George. These other guys come and go. Those main three there are involved in a lot of his other stuff too that he does. Mike Portnoy in the Transatlantic, and is it Randy George in that one too? I'm even forgetting who's in that one. So he's just got so much going on. So anyway, they have a couple covers albums out, which are really interesting takes on their stuff. But anyway, back to this one. This is more of a I think he calls it the Neal Morse Band because they operate more as a band, and by that I mean it's not just Neal Morse up front, spotlight, showcase all on him. These other guys actually have a lot of input into the performing and the singing and the songwriting and stuff, where it's not just all Neal. But you can tell it's mainly influenced by Neal and his ideas. But anyway, so this album, it's got the first CD is a bunch of like more of the shorter songs, and then CD 2 is a couple long ones, and then CD 3 is the Great Similitude Medley. Jeez, I can't say it right. And basically what that is, it's a bunch of stuff from the previous two albums, The Great Adventure and The Similitude of a Dream. A bunch of stuff there all worked together and put into one long medley. And I tell you, that just alone right there is just amazing how they work these songs, and they can, take these bits and pieces and actually make one big long medley out of it. Just, if you're not familiar with this type of music, it's very intricate and progressive, and just the fact that they can do that and just remember how to play all this stuff live and pretty much flawlessly perform it is just mind-boggling to me, because I don't play this type of music. I love listening to it. Just the thought of trying to learn all this stuff and being able to play it live and not screw it up is just like, is so impressive that it just makes me even appreciate it even more. The one thing I really like is I've heard it before, but they do the version of Bridge Over Troubled Water, and every time I hear that, it's just amazing to me how they can just take such a simple song and make it sound like their own, but still retain the original, feel but they make it into something completely new. And I tell you what, just driving along with this playing yesterday and just hear, because you're not really ever sure what they're gonna do, because they do switch things up a little bit live. You're never really sure what you're gonna hear and what they're gonna do with it. And just hearing, Eric Gillette sings a few on these here, and as they all do sing on here, but this one he takes over the leads. It's kind of like a nice little break in it when it's going to be like this long of a listen, so it was kind of nice there as well. But you get all the mind-boggling interplay with all the music as well, and it's just, for me to break down every single song in here would take forever. But it just, if you're a fan of Neal Morse and he's got a lot of live albums too, and this one, it's just amazing to me how he can, even though he does release a lot of stuff and he does release a lot of live albums, every single one has its own unique feel. I don't know if I mentioned this was like live in Hamburg back on their 2022 tour. He actually has a new album coming out here, was it next month, I believe. So just constantly releasing stuff. It's just constant. It never ends. And it's worth checking out. I think on his website they do a lot of streams of performances as well. It's just the amount of music out there that this guy does is mind-boggling as well. So if you're a fan of Neal Morse, you're not going to be disappointed with this one. I enjoyed it a lot. It was more of the upbeat stuff. There wasn't a whole lot of like slower passages. It was a lot of more of the upbeat stuff on the medley there. So that being said, feel free to comment as always, and like, share, subscribe. As I always say, I've been really enjoying the comments lately, and people are enjoying these albums that I've been putting out there to check out. So anyway, until next time, we'll see ya.